Today's presentation is the Gospel reading for the fourth Sunday of Easter, and it focuses on the Good Shepherd. What you need for this is the diorama of the Good Shepherd and the figures that are inside, but not the wolf. That's the only one not in there. So you will include in this one the hireling. So he comes into the story briefly today. This is how the presentation goes. In today's Gospel reading, we hear Jesus speak about sheep and the Good Shepherd. He also speaks about sheepfolds and their gates. And here we have a sheepfold. It's a place where the shepherds keep their sheep. The sheepfold has a gate. It's an entryway for the shepherd and the sheep. And then this is how shepherds, back in the time of Jesus, how they probably looked. They did look. They were usually young boys or young men. And this shepherd has got a bag over his shoulder. I wonder what he might have in that bag. An aside, this is where the children will have their suggestions and you can prompt a little bit and draw the things out. But they might be able to suggest that he has his lunch. He might have something to protect the sheep, like a bow and an arrow, or they'll say all kinds of things, and it'll get round to the slingshot idea for dangerous animals. He'll have oil and bandages and maybe a flute, things to bind the wounds. They'll come up with all kinds of things like that. Brief conversation there. And then you continue. We're going to hear about how Jesus spoke of the Good Shepherd who calls his sheep and how they know his voice. And we're going to light our candle right now because we're reading from the Gospel. There you go. The reading is from St. John's Gospel. Jesus said, "Very truly I tell you, anyone who does not enter the sheepfold by the gate, but climbs in by some other way, is a thief and a robber." The one who enters through the gate is the shepherd of the flock. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep listen to his voice. Here you might actually add names of people you know and the children who are there, and they get the link between the sheep and themselves. Michael. Mary. Andrew. Samantha. Jenny. Paul. When he has brought out all of his own, he will go ahead of them, and his sheep follow him because they know his voice. Now, just as an aside, there are lots of different ways you can do this. Your timing of moving the figurines can change. You might remember the names and repeat the same names or other names, getting across this idea that they follow their shepherd. Take your time. Do it in silence. I am the Good Shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me. The shepherd goes to the sheep every day and he takes them out. And sheep are frightened animals. They won't drink from bubbling waters, so he finds them a quiet, still pool. And then the shepherd calls the sheep by name, and they follow him because he's got good things for them. And when they hear his voice, they follow him because they also trust him. He takes them out to the fresh green grass and the quiet, still waters, and they stay close to him. The shepherd loves his sheep, he cares for them, and he protects them. And if they're hurt, he would rub oil in their wounds, and at night he takes them back to the sheepfold. He calls each one by name, and they follow him into the sheepfold. Matthew, Jennifer, as they come into the sheepfold, he checks them to make sure that they're all there. And that they're all safe. And then he comes into the sheepfold himself. I wonder what it must be like to be a sheep that belongs to such a shepherd and to hear him call their name. I wonder who these sheep are, who belong to this particular Good Shepherd. And I wonder why they want to be close to him. I wonder why and how he would protect them from danger.